What's on, everybody, and welcome to a different video today. Today I am going to be doing a game kind of tutorial and how to play this game with the controls. Now if you're like me, when I first got GMOD I didn't know any of the controls, and I play on a Mac as well. HogwartsRP release, wands, brooms and spells. So when I saw this game and I was like, oh my god, it's HogwartsRP, I'd love to play that, it looks great. I went into the game, I didn't know what I was doing because they don't have any rules at all. And basically in this one, it will be how you play the game, all the controls that you need, and all your basic guides. Obviously I don't know every single bit because it's only recently me and my mates have figured out how to do this, but I'm going to show you everything I know, and it will get you playing onto the game, and it will actually make it a bit of fun for any of you massive Potterheads like me. So first things first that we're going to go into, obviously this is a server game filled with other people. Now I have turned down the microphone volume on that for this video, so we shouldn't hear too much talking, but when you go into classrooms they are going to be screaming at you and you will hear other people talking, but you need to have the volume up because one of them is in fact going to be your teacher, and they're going to be the person teaching you the spells and giving them to you so you can progress in the game. Now, when you first actually start playing the game, you'll be a first year student, and the more you play it, the higher you go up in years. So currently my character is a second year, which is always fun. But yeah, once we get into that bit, I will show you what to do first. So when you first come into the game, it's going to look something like this. Now this is where you choose your house, but you will also have the option to choose your name. Now I've already done this, so I don't have to do this right now, but I can choose an avatar. Oh, my mouse is a bit on the dodgy side, so I'm having to click a little bit to the right. So I am in fact a Slytherin. So I'm going to choose my avatar, which is random, obviously female. Now this, just click the button, just click. Now as you can see, this is very obviously confusing because you're coming in this kind of view and you don't know what you're doing. Obviously you know you are in your common room. First things first, F1 will change your point of view. So as you can see, there I am. Now I've got a different point of view, which is a lot easier when you're travelling about. Now obviously W, A, S and D are going to be your keys to move. So W is forward, S back, D is right, and A is left. And then you've got jump, which is your spacebar. Control is crouch. Not that you're ever probably going to use it, but hey ho. And then the main one that you're going to want to know is how to sit down. Now when you go to a class, so as you can see on the right hand corner, it says Class 2 Defense Against the Dark Arts. Well, Defense Against the DF should be Dark Arts. Most likely your teacher will tell you to sit down first. Now you're probably thinking, if I go up to this chair and I'm clicking on it, nothing's happening. Well, I will put myself in this kind of view so you can see. Okay, so I've gone up to the chair and you want to press Alt and E. Now I am clicking. Okay, so now if I press Control, I can see from a different point of view. And I am sitting on the chair, quite lovely jubbly. And to get off, just going to press E again, and that will get me off. So if I change this in a different view so you can see, Alt and E, I am now sitting down here. Very weirdly, may I say. Okay, so now we've got the basics of the controls on how to sit and stuff like that. F3, oh, we've got another person here. F3, as you can see they're talking. F3 has actually frozen my screen. It's not F2, sorry, it's F3. You can see my screen is frozen, and now I can click into other stuff completely. F4 brings up this option here. Now in here you obviously can call an admin. For instance, if somebody's just randomly attacking you, you can call an admin and that will help you. Role player options, change your name here. Now you can't go in with offensive names, so for instance when Coffee first tried playing this, she came as Poop McPoopski or something like that, and she got held hostage and said she had to change her name, and she didn't know how to do it, so she literally got her name changed. Change your job title. So I don't actually have a job title, so I don't want that. Sell all your doors, don't really know what that does, and demote a player, I don't think I have the authority to do that. Now that is in your actions. So fractions. This just gives you basically all the details on your people who you're going to find here. So this one you want to keep a lookout for. Death Eater Slave. Now they can kidnap you, and they will kidnap you, and it will come with an option to escape the Death Eater. Do not escape them. You will get reported and you will get a mark that will get you in trouble, which you should not do. Obviously all of the other people are just people who have been promoted or gone VIP. These people are when you come to a different level, I believe, you can change. So for instance, who was it? A Quidditch Chaser. You can be a Quidditch Chaser at level 13, or even a Keeper. You can be Hagrid at level 10, I'm assuming, but it really depends. But here, this is where you will change your house. So I'm quite happy being a Slytherin, quite very much, so I do not want to change. In the shop, there's nothing you can buy, there's no point going to it. And then VIP, if you want to become a VIP, which I do not want to put money into it, I'm sorry, I like this game, but I don't like it very, very much. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to know is basically your basic controls, which are the spells, and this is where you will be learning them and how you will also apply the spells. So on your mouse, you have the little scroll button in the middle. So if you scroll that down, it comes up with a few options. Now when you press, you've got pocket. Now if you click at the same time, it will withdraw it. Now the other ones, really and truly, you shouldn't draw out your gravity wand. But as you can see, when I've drawn out my wand, at the bottom here I have my spell menu. Now these are spells that I have learned from playing the game. And to do this you would go to a classroom, which I am not going to go to because I will be spammed with basically we want spells. So when you go to a class, so for instance Defense Against the Dark Arts, it will tell you a classroom that you need to go to, which will be here. Also to open doors is E. Okay, so we're going to go in a classroom and just get this started. My game is lagging because I'm recording. So let's go into classroom 5. Okay, so as you can see here, you will have your students and they'll be told to sit down here, and you will also have a teacher at the front here. Now when they were going to teach you spells, they will ask you to line up. Now you will probably want to go into this view because people push and it is a pain when you can't see where you're going and you're moving side to side trying to get back in and it doesn't work. So when you're in line, you'll be lining up all the way here, and the teacher will be at the front. There's class 1. It's fine, I'm in the classroom here. Now the teacher will drop, when you get to the front, a teacher will drop a book on the floor. When the book comes, you want to put your little mouse, as you can see the little cross that I've got on my screen, the little 5 dots, over the book and press E. Now it'll make a noise when you've picked it up, which means you've obviously got the book. Now we're going to go back in here just because I don't want to get caught by a Death Eater Slave. Don't really fancy getting, don't really fancy getting that today. Well, what the hell is happening? Okay, back in the common room. Now when you have picked up your spell, you want to right click on the screen. This has brought up here a skill tree. Now these are obviously all the skills, like the spells that you can learn. So for instance, I know Stupefy. So when you pick up the spell, it will tell you which one it is. So find it on your skill tree, and then you want to click it. There we go. So it has come up. And my mouse has gone to normal. So when it comes here, it will come up here, and it will say you haven't it will say you've learned the spell but you haven't at the same time. So down the bottom it will say learn the spell. You want to click that. After you've done that, you want to go to bind. No, we want to go to bind. And at here it will say create bind. Now you will click that, and then you click on the spell list and you will choose the spell that you have learned. Once you click the spell, so for instance, let's just put wand on again, and we'll click apply. Now it will say press a button. So you press a button that you would like to use to do the spell. Okay, so as you can see, if you look at the bottom, oh bloody hell, I didn't want you on here. So I want to get rid of that. I have now gotten rid of that, thank God. So let's get back out of that. Now as you can see at the bottom here on my little spell list, it has the spell that is equipped at the bottom. So that is stupid fine. And because I pressed N, that's changed it. So if I press X, that changes the spell, and it also does it. So you can press X to do the spell, or just click the screen and it will start doing the spell. Basic spells. So now, the only other thing you really need to know is when you scroll, you can click keys. Nope, when you don't have this on, if you right click, it will give you a few options to do things. So for instance, you can thumbs up or follow me, and it will make your character do that. Pretty cool, pretty lame at the same time, but hey ho, it's a little bit of fun, especially with your mates. Now I'm trying to think if there's anything else really that needs to be said. I mean, that's your kind of basics. So remember obviously your movement and your mouse. F1 to change point of views, and then scroll down to get magic wand, and then to equip it, right click. Obviously skill tree once you have it, and then bind to your list. Obviously you can change that, so it doesn't have to be the way that I have it, but it all depends on which spells that you learn. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it on what I can really tell you. Honestly, this has made my life easier knowing these, especially being able to sit down, how to equip the spells and be able to do it. Obviously, you can't really choose what you learn, but do remember, be respectful to players on it, guys. You can get banned, you can get jailed as well on it for a while. I think it's about 70 seconds you get put in jail if you're like misbehaving. And you know, some people are playing it are doing this, you know, as a teacher or as a prefect, and they're doing this to help you guys play and you guys learn. So make sure you're giving them the respect and you're doing exactly what they say. It will obviously tell you, so when you see another student, it will say, whoa, it will say above them when you scroll over what year they are, if they're a prefect or not, and what house they are. But I hoped this helped. Oh wait, no, hold on. To type, press Y and it brings up a chat box. Then you can type and it will go through. If you press U, it will only bring up a chat box, but it won't put it in. Now I believe it is if you hold down X, you can do the chat where you can speak. However, I have that turned off because I don't like to do it. So, yes, have it on if you want, but you don't need to have it on if you don't want to. But I'm pretty sure this is all the basics that you need to know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to check out tomorrow's video when it comes out of another episode of Take the Dream, which is very, very messed up, and you'll see when you see it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and especially if it made it any helpful for you, and I will see you on another one of whatever I make. Bye!